RTTV is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Keep your private information safe and secure with a VPN using ExpressVPN. Don't let hackers steal your financial details. Go to expressvpn.com/RTTV to learn more and download ExpressVPN. Thanks, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. I'm Gus.
I'm Eric.
I'm Chris.
I am Barbara Dunkelman.
And I'm Gus. We're doing
and
something a little
I'm
different.
Eric. And guys, let me start off.
We're doing bingo. We have bingo in the chat.
On. What?
If you want to play bingo and you're watching the podcast, you can download the bingo card and tweet #RT Podcast. There's a bingo card. I'm not going to let Eric talk because this is bingo time. This isn't Eric time. It's bingo time. So if you don't know what bingo is, you can ask your grandparents. It's a game that used to be popular before people had television or radio. You would cross things off on a card and then you yell bingo. Yes, Barbara.
I have a question. Is this record time for how quickly you've regretted inviting someone on the podcast?
No, Chris has been on before.
If for people who aren't watching live, is this bingo going to be somewhere where they could find it?
I think it should be tweet. I think the Rooster Teeth account is going to tweet it. So check it out over there.
If they don't, I will.
Yeah.
You're actually not allowed to play the bingo if you're not watching it live.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rooster Teeth just tweeted it.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
If I find you, camera on me. If I find you doing the bingo and you're not watching this live, you're in trouble with me.
If I find you
if I find
bingo,
you doing it, you are in trouble with me.
You're gonna go on punishment. Believe me.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You're gonna go on punishment with me if you are doing the bingo and you are not watching live at roosterteeth.com.
Things are getting weird in quarantine, man.
We filmed something the other day, and Chris kept chasing John Reisinger around and kept calling him a bad boy and telling him what a bad boy he was. It got so fucking uncomfortable.
I hate it. I hate it so much. And then
but John was
now with Eric. Yeah.
John was like, "Yeah, I'm the bad boy." I'm like,
well, because he probably thought it was like cool, like, yeah, finally I get to be the bad boy. But you were saying it in like a very weird kind of like.
How are you saying it?
Stop being I don't remember. I was just came because he's being bad boy.
You're like, John, stop being a bad boy. That's how you
yeah, you kept putting like a enunciation on different parts of the words that should not have emphasizing.
I think it's weird because if you say someone's a bad boy, then it's like a weird thing. But if you say someone's a good boy, then it's like you immediately think dogs.
No one's ever said good boy the way you just did.
I don't like this. This is messed up. The only bad boy that I acknowledge is Cameron, who's the bad boy of editing.
Yes.
So, I mean, recognize him as such. This is the official shout out for Cameron being the bad boy of editing. We're getting that.
That's also his official title within Rooster Teeth as well.
Yeah. That's incredible.
What am I the bad boy of? Can I be bad boy of something?
You're the bad boy of lighting.
What do you want to be the bad boy of?
Kidding, dude. Is this a joke? Like, we made fun of your lighting before this started, and you made no effort to adjust
I
it.
did change it. I closed the blind slightly. It looks fine. I'm just
slightly.
Do you think this looks? Look at everyone else. You think your lighting looks fine? Are you out of your mind? Barbara looks like a gem. Barbara is a 24 karat gold stud. And go back to Chris. Look, he adjusted it. Now this is what I'm talking about. Just close the window. This is why. Now, why would you not do that before the show started?
I thought I wanted some light. I like seeing sun.
There's a time.
I get it.
You had a whole fucking day of the sun. You had a whole day where you could have gone outside.
I don't get it into my eyes often.
You're supposed to get sun in your eyes.
It's good not to have it in your eyes. What do you mean?
You gotta look at sun. You should look at the sun every day if you can for at least 15 minutes. I think is the recommended dose of sun.
Look at the sun.
Eric
not directly at it, but
grabbing the mic.
I'm furious. I'm furious at Chris because we could have had a great production that started hot. Everyone would have been having a good time. Everyone could have been playing bingo live at roosterteeth.com and the Rooster Teeth phone application. But instead, Chris decided that he didn't want to look his best for you today.
I did.
Chris decided. He said, "Oh, I have my little mouse. But we couldn't get any lighting for him. Chris.
I had lighting. I have lighting. I think getting sun in your eyes is more important than sun on your skin. Because
go on.
Like you need to see the sunlight every day. Like you have it I think that is more important for your well-being than just okay. I would say this. If you were so you know how like you're being it's like vitamin D and stuff, seeing sunlight. Yeah. I think if there was an experiment done where someone was put in like a chamber and they were allowed once a day to stick their arm or their legs out of the chamber and get sun on their feet or arms, but not see it on their eyes, versus someone who got to look out a window but only through eye holes, I think the person seeing it through their eyes would feel better.
I would agree.
Gus,
I agree with
thoughts?
Chris.
I think Chris should test this experiment. I think we should build a special box for Chris, and I think we should have him do this for a month. Either only his arms and his legs get sun, or his eyes get sun. And
yeah, it's like that movie. No. It's like that movie Room, but you can stick your arm out of it, I guess.
Well, I agree. Like, I don't know if that experiment has been done.
I'm sorry. Hang on, Barbara. I don't mean to interrupt you. I really don't.
Yes,
I'm very sorry. Chris, you think there's a chance that this experiment's been done?
Some version of it where they've tested how much seeing sunlight affects versus like feeling it.
Barbara, go
ahead.
All
right. I want to Google this so I can make sure I'm being accurate about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
this is the Rooster Teeth podcast. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want.
From what I remember, there was a study that people did. Don't ask me which people, but essentially that if you get up in the morning and you have, if you look outside, I think going outside and obviously being outside is better than just looking outside, but even looking outside into a sunny area helps wake your brain and body up better than without that. And that seems very obvious, but there was more to that study that I want to find out. Let me Google it.
So you're saying when I drink coffee in the morning, I should like step out my front door, get some sun on my eyeballs, do a big stretch, and start my day that way? That it's more effective. It helps wake me up.
Yeah,
me alert.
Absolutely.
Make sure you do a big stretch, like you say to your dogs when they do a big stretch. When you
like
go,
"Ooh, buddy, boy.
Big stretch."
Big stretch.
Don't be a bad boy. Get some stretching.
I didn't know that Chris was going to be on tonight until I got here, and then it's just like, oh, Gavin's not here. Chris is here. I didn't know that. And then so far, we're about 12 minutes in. It's red hot. I'm feeling good about this one, guys. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast number 635. What an incredible number to reach.
Many.
Insurmountable odds. This podcast has overcome so many, Gus, I'm talking, so many people. So many people have come through these hallowed halls, these doors open. Gus, no, come back. I'm saying nice things. These doors open, and thank you for welcoming us into your home, onto your screen. And I'm so excited, and your ears, because it's a podcast also. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. So excited to have some fun things to share with friends and be inaccurate about for about 90 minutes. Yeah. And then see some comments that go, can you fucking believe this guy? Mm-hmm. Because that's tried and true what we're doing on this podcast. Now, Gus, yell about an airport.
Speaking of being in people's ears, I noticed something strange the other day. And I brought this up to Eric. I was looking over the stats for the podcast, like views and downloads and listens and stuff. And the podcast had like a really strange spike in Spotify. Like the audio podcast specifically on Spotify was like crazy numbers, like way higher than any other platform. And that happened like a month ago. And nobody can explain to me why this is. Nobody knows why. Like all of a sudden, everyone on Spotify found this podcast. And now it's me paranoid that we need to pay more attention to people who are listening and who don't see what we're showing. We have to be worried about people's ears and not their eyes. We have to get sunlight into their ears.
We didn't even was think waiting about that. I was like, what is that? How does that? Is it? That would be like listening to birds.
I like how you assign sunlight and birds as the same factor. Like, are you just picturing a beautiful sunny morning?
Yes, yeah, he absolutely pictured. Yeah.
I saw. Speaking of birds, I saw squirrels fucking the other day.
Did you?
I walked out. I walked out into my backyard. I was gonna let my dogs out in the afternoon, and I opened up my back door, went outside to my yard, and there were 2 squirrels in my yard, and they like ran up the fence and they like ran up into a tree and ran away, and they were both in the tree looking down at me with the dogs, and I looked at them, and one of them turned to the other and started grooming it, like picking through its head, like it was, I don't know, picking out bugs or something. And I thought, oh, that's sweet. I've never seen a squirrel groom another squirrel. That's really strange. And then he mounted the other squirrel and fucked it. I was like, oh, I guess that's what's going on. And then when they were done, the female squirrel hit him, and then he ran away. I was like, okay, this tracks.
Hit
this
him.
is fine. But it's like I've never seen squirrels fuck before. I could check that off my quarantine checklist of things that I've seen in my backyard. Squirrels fucking.
Was it cool?
That squirrel had crazy stamina. He went for like 7 seconds.
I have a more important question.
Yeah.
Did it nut?
What up? What up? I love it. I fucking love it.
That's it. That's it. Well, thanks for listening to the podcast, everyone. We're out of here. Roll the credits. We're done.
So do you think that you think that's like a spot? You know how there's like make out point and stuff in like the 1950s in movies, but not a real thing ever.
Squirrels are like, you got to go to Gus's backyard. All right, it has the smoothest tunes, the nicest lighting. Everyone looks flawless.
There's this guy who likes to watch us.
It was like a perfect bend in a tree. Like the tree was going up and then it bent and it kept going. It's like they were right on that bend.
Damn, that's
unbended tree.
Damn. So you think like the squirrel, like that's like a spot for squirrels, even though you've never seen it before?
I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'll keep you posted. I'm gonna start my squirrel report, and I'll let you know anytime there's squirrels fucking in my backyard.
Can you do a spreadsheet?
Maybe if I see it again, I'll start tracking it.
That should be one of our I also, by the way, we talked about the bingo thing at the beginning of the show. I think I saw someone in chat already say they got bingo.
No, impossible.
Which would be very impressive. I also
make sure you tweet that at the Rooster Teeth account on Twitter. If you do get bingo, I want to see that.
Include Eric. He wants to see it, so make sure you add him. You said you want to see it.
Dude,
include Eric.
No, because I'll go check it at my leisure.
At Eric Badur.
Tweet at me, dude, if you tweet at me and I don't want to see it, I block and unblock so many people. It is just like, hey, have you seen this hamburger from Singapore? Do you think I'm going to go to Singapore to eat a hamburger? Have you listened to Face Jam? You're out of your mind. Block, unblock. Get out of here.
What's up with this Singapore hamburger? Is it cool?
Block and unblock Gus. Get it out of here. Like, ridiculous.
I want to hear. That's like half of my fucking YouTube this day is watching a dude eat fast food or convenience store food in Singapore.
What?
You haven't heard about this?
There's like this dude, his YouTube channel is Dancing Bacons, and he just goes to like convenience stores and eats shit. And a bunch of them are in Japan, a bunch of them are in Singapore. And it's like they have like ramen stations at the 7-Eleven in Singapore.
But can't you can just do that though?
Yeah, but they have like everything. You buy like individual pieces. Just make your ramen right there. They got a special ramen station. Yeah,
it's cool.
It's cool enough to watch.
I'd watch it.
No. Be thorough, Chris, because you say it's cool. Is it cool enough to watch? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about watching it.
Okay, well, me personally, I think it's cool enough to watch once or twice. It's not something I would subscribe to.
Gus, do you subscribe to the channel?
Yes, I do.
Chris, is it cool enough to subscribe to?
Well, it's not about cool. It's about what I like.
So you said it was cool.
That's
so are
the
cool
word
things
you used.
Not
it is
necessarily
cool.
things you like?
No, something can be cool, but I don't want to subscribe to it.
All right, fair enough.
I can be like, I appreciate this once or twice.
I don't think
you ain't yucking our yums. I get it.
Yeah.
No, I'm yucking everyone's. No, I'm yucking them all. This is ridiculous.
I'm on Gus's side.
Yeah.
I'm on Gus's side.
Thank you, Barbara. I put the link in chat. People can watch it if they want. I linked it. You can watch a dude eat ramen at a 7-Eleven in Singapore. That's
crazy.
It. You have to watch it to spite Eric. Just to make Eric mad, watch it. Watch it twice.
There's a few reasons why it's good, especially right now. I think one, it's ASMR-ish. So like if you're anxious because of the pandemic or anything else in life, it's nice to just like put on and relax too while you watch it. But also it fulfills that desire to kind of go places and do things. And even if it's like going to a vending machine and doing something, like, I don't know, it's almost like a travel feel to it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know if
Okay,
yeah,
I get that. I understand. I get that watching like people get haircuts.
yeah.
Like when dudes get like lined up, like, and it's like real sharp, and it's like, well, that's never a haircut I would ever get in my entire life. But I watched that, like, for some reason, it's like served to me on Instagram, probably because I clicked on one time, and now it's like a relentless thing where it's just like, you must fucking love watching people get haircuts, dude. That must just be like your fucking shit. And apparently it is.
Dude,
and I enjoy it.
Speaking of Instagram, I saw a documentary the other day. I think I told Eric about it. I saw a documentary on HBO. Oh, it was on HBO Max called Fake Famous. I don't know if anybody else has heard of this, but it's like, it's kind of a documentary where the filmmaker decides he wants to see what it takes to make someone an Instagram influencer. So they like put this casting call out, like 4,000 people answer it, and he just tries to find 3 people who have like very few Instagram followers and tries to see if they can game the system to try to make them influencers. Like just faking it all, making it seem like they're going on trips, like fake trips, fake private jet, like all these crazy things, just to see if like they can make them rise through the algorithm and if people will start following them, and what that whole process is like. It's super fucking interesting.
Are they? I'm just at a core. Do you think they're good-looking people, or are they just like average normal person?
I mean, they're all. I'm going to say they were all good-looking people. I mean, these are all people. They did a casting call in LA to cast these people. If that kind of puts it in your frame of reference. So no one who looks like me. I'll put it that way.
I was going to say, like, I feel like the experiment is kind of skewed in that sense, because typically, like, if you're a very good looking, you know, by society standards kind of person, it's typically easier for you to do well on a social media kind of atmosphere because, you know,
it's true. That's why I crush.
That's why Eric is like the most
big
influential
numbers.
influencer that anyone has ever heard of.
End game numbers.
To that point, the first thing they do with all of these people is give them a makeover. Like they take them to a stylist, like they style their hair, they give them like wardrobe, and like clean them up and make them look a lot more polished. That's like, So yeah, that's step one.
Did they show the haircut?
Yes, they did. That was part of the documentary.
Oh, I'm in. I can't wait. Oh, baby. Now we're talking. That's great. That's my ASMR, apparently. So watch it. I like that. We're in.
This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by MeUndies. Let's talk about love. We'll allow it. If there's one thing that got us through this past year, other than Dogface vibing to Fleetwood Mac, it's love. And that means getting extra cheesy for Valentine's Day is okay. We'll allow it. Despite everything, we found new ways to match our daily lives together with the ones that we love most. That's why MeUndies released their V-Day collection with undies, loungewear, and more. So you and your Valentine can match through it all. Show that special someone how much you care and say those 3 words everyone wants to hear. Match my undies. If you're single, no problem. Show yourself some love and something that makes you feel amazing because you deserve that. I love MeUndies with all their colorful designs, super soft material. There's a huge array of colors and designs to match your personality. It's great. Can't say enough good things about them. These undies are made of sustainable, breathable, softer than soft fabric, available in a range of sizes from extra small to 4XL. MeUndies membership gives you and your boo a new pair of undies or socks every month. Members get discounted pricing on everything MeUndies makes, as well as early access to major print launches. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. MeUndies also has their problem-free philosophy. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they'll refund or exchange it. No caveats, no questions. To get your 50% off your first order and free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/roosterteeth. That's MeUndies.com/roosterteeth.
Man.
Yeah.
I would love to see that experiment with like people of all ages and like backgrounds and stuff like that, just to see, you know, what would happen and how influential they could get or something like that. I don't know.
Want to see that experiment, but with dogs.
That's what the puppy bowl is for.
Influencer dogs. Not enough influencer dogs.
I
mean, there are a bunch, but not
There
enough.
used to be more, I feel like.
Yeah, they died, and now
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, dogs don't live as long as people, Barbara.
That's really sad. I guess that makes sense. That
Like
you guess, it makes sense?
Every famous cat or dog you've probably ever seen on the internet is probably dead by now.
That's so sad. Or at least the originals.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Originals. Well, if you want to, just go follow Lil Hobbs. Check him out. He's the one.
I don't know if that's true. Like, dogs live, what, typically 15 years less? 10 to 15?
Yeah.
Don't listen, Benjamin.
Well,
but like,
I would have.
I started using social media, what, like 10 years ago? So there might still be some.
If they were just
around.
born brand new puppies, yes.
And if they also like weren't, I mean, some I started following like 2015, so they'd only be like 6 now.
Yeah. If anyone wants to follow at a dog named Booger, he's only 2. You got a lot of a lot of time. I have a question for y'all. I guess this is more towards Gus and Eric. Why is my camera keep going out?
We lost Chris.
At least Stinky's there. It's okay.
At least his stupid rat's still there.
Yeah.
Just make the rat bigger. Oh, you're back.
There you go. If you're walking your dog or something, and you're in like a passing by an apartment complex, and they have like a little dog poo station, do you think it's appropriate, or what do you think are the rules around like getting one of their poo bags?
If the dog poops there, totally okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I had, because I was I have a friend who will sometimes, take care of Booger, do dog meetups, and I dropped Booger off for a little plaything, and then I apologized. Oh, sorry, I didn't have any poo bags, and I ran out of poo bags. I need to order some more poo bags. There's none in there, and they're like, "Oh, it's fine." And then they were like, I was having a conversation with them, like, well, why don't you just go to the place across the street and use their poo bags? Why do you like buy your own? And I was like, well, I don't want to always be like stealing their poo bags.
That's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's not right.
But if you're in the area.
Well, but this is regularly. Like, I might go regularly across the street, and I was like, I just would, it'd be one thing if it was like every once, like you're walking on the by, but like I didn't want to. I want to provide for my own poo bags.
I think I think it's if you go all the time, like across the street, like if it's somewhere by where you live and you don't buy your own bags and you're mooching off of theirs, then I think that is shitty.
Yeah. So
you did it for your own joke.
I had that conversation. This was
so somber.
New Year's.
I know.
New Year's night.
So a little over a month ago.
And I was out walking, taking Booger for a walk. I didn't have any poo bags because I'd had that conversation, like this was like that day about the poo bags. And I was like, I still hadn't gotten my new order of poo bags in. And so I go to the complex nearby because they have poo bags. And I'm waiting on Booger, like walking around. And there's this like, whenever you get the feeling when someone's like gonna rob you?
What?
Like,
okay.
So I was standing there with Booger, and then there's this like dude, like I feel like he was scouting me out to like, he was just like watching me, and I was like, is he gonna rob me? And and this guy like walked out, and then like I could just feel him walking, like he was like almost, and I was walking around the neighborhood a little bit. And then I could see him just like watching me. And then I'm like, and he goes over, and it's like we're like doing this weird dance around the neighborhood where and I'm like, is he gonna mug me? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, and then
wait, are we talking like around a block? I'm just for context. Like, how big of an area are we talking here?
I'm talking like, it's not a whole block. It's probably like, it's all within visible distance. So it's probably like, maybe it is a block. We're like and then I see this guy, like I'm walking back towards where I live, and I see this guy kind of double back and come around to almost like come so that he could like come in between me and where I live. And so at this point, I'm like, this is it. Am I going to get mugged? Am I going to fight or something? I've got a dog. And then as I confront, this guy comes up to me, and I'm bowling up to, I'm going to fight. And then he's like, hey, you can't be taking our poo bags. You can't come across the street every time you got a dog. We pay a lot of money for that poo bag.
I bet they don't.
It was like, no, he said our HOA pays $60 a month because it's a special extermination. It's fecal matter, and that costs extra to have people for the dump and pickup, and we pay that, and you can't be using our poo. And he got like really aggressive and was like yelling at me, like
Jesus,
yelling at me about these, and I was like, uh-huh. And he's like, and so you can't be just going across the street every single time. We pay $6 a month for that. And I watched you walk across the street. And then I watched you use our poo bags. And I want to see where you lived.
Can I ask you something?
Uh-huh.
Was this an old person?
It wasn't an old person. It was someone maybe in their 30s. This has
to be like someone who's like really old and bored, so they sit at their window looking for someone to take a poo bag so they can come out and yell at them.
Yeah. It was someone like probably in their late 30s. Maybe it's hard to tell because it was around New Year, so it was a little chillier. Also, it was New Year's night. I was like, do you really what do you got going on? Do you not have anything better to do than like be the guard of the poo?
Also, like the argument of them paying money for that removal, I don't know if that includes the charge of the actual physical plastic bags themselves. And also, like, you adding one thing to that is not going to change the fact that exists. I don't know. Like, I understand the whole, like, being fair and using what you pay for and whatnot. But, like, for him to get that intense over you using one bag
I think
for your dog shit on New Year's night, like, fuck off, dude.
Maybe he's taking out a bigger problem on Chris. If I had to guess, there might be people coming and taking, like, handfuls of them and just leaving and like keeping them at home. So maybe he's not finding them, but he found Chris who took one and is taking all that anger out on him. Like that I could see. I'm trying to like figure out why this guy acted this way. But still, I think in general, you shouldn't go take their bag.
Yeah, and I agree. I wasn't trying to. I just happened to be out that one time.
You're right.
Right. And it's not like you were doing this over and over and he kept seeing you do it. It was just that one time he saw you, right?
Yeah, it was I'd gone that for like a day or two because I'd ran out of poo bags and I'd ordered some more. It's like 2-day delivery. So it might have been that day or two.
Did you offer him, since the HOA is doing so bad, did you offer to buy them some poo bags?
No, I just tried to get out of there. I don't know what's going on with my camera.
We've been working from home for almost a year
so
now.
Good. Like if there's someone it was going to happen to, it would be Chris. Like, of course.
I didn't
for sure. Again, at least we have the rat. We're okay.
Yeah, just make him big so we can see him. At least make the rat big. What are you doing?
What about the rat?
Yeah. Does the rat take the poo bags?
So I know. I know. Connected properly?
No, it's not.
There we go. There's Chris.
God.
Did you end up fighting him? Or what was the resolution?
No, he didn't fight me. I just was like, Happy New Year's. like
you wished him Happy New Year?
Yeah, I kind of want to make him feel bad.
Kill him with kindness.
You think that made him feel bad?
I don't know. I mean, it
made Chris feel bad.
It made him. Yeah, it might have made him think about like, yeah, I'm being like overreactive by yelling at someone.
You sound like
poo bags.
You sound like
New
Blaine right now. You sound like Blaine.
Why?
Because that is a projection of what someone would do to you to make you feel bad. So you're like, I must have made them feel bad, and that's not what happened. He didn't give a shit.
There is a strategy to, again, killing him with kindness, and it's kind of like if someone's a dick to you in a drive-through, like honking at you or just being a dick, and then you pay for their food. I would never do that, by the way. Fuck that person. But it's kind of like, oh shit, now I feel even more like an asshole because this person bought my food and I was honking at them like a dick. So like there's that mentality maybe that Chris is thinking of.
I would laugh. If I was being an asshole to someone and they bought me food, I would laugh. I would not feel bad.
100%.
I would laugh.
Absolutely not on the same page.
You're looking at it from the asshole's perspective, Gus, not the person who was
right, but that's what you're looking at it too, because you said the asshole would feel bad.
I mean,
I disagree. I don't think the asshole would feel bad. I think I would be thrilled that I got my Whataburger for free. I assume it's Whataburger because everyone there's fucking dumb as rocks. So
or a Happy New Year's.
All you had to do was honk at some idiot.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm honking everywhere from now on. That worked. I got a hamburger for free. I'm laying on the horn. Oh,
you should see how much free food you could get by doing that.
Chris, without hyperbole, without amping it up, without putting your own spin on it, can you give me the tone that he yelled at you in?
It was like,
not like. I want it with no hyperbole, no spin.
Well,
I want you to nail it.
I'll be like, hey, so you live over here and you use those poop bags. You know, you can't be doing that all the time. You know, we pay a lot of money for those poop bags. It was $60 a month, and if people come over all the time, and they're always taking our bags and using the things. And those are for the people who live in that complex, because we pay for HOA. It was just like an intensity, an awkward intensity. Anger. Yeah. It was like he would hyped himself up, I think, during that whole circling period where he was like, I'm going to talk to him. I think he was hyping himself up.
What you should have done instead of saying Happy New Year is gone over to him, start petting him, goes, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's an edgy boy?
You knew he was hyping himself up. You had the upper hand. You had the higher ground. You should have said, you know what, man? I'm going to take more bags. These are mine now. Do something about it. You're not big enough and you wish you were. I'll see you tomorrow. And then see what happens. I don't know what's he going to do.
I should have done that. You're right, Eric. That would have been a better one.
Just escalate it.
Man, is that what it's like being a man?
You call the police.
You could just do that stuff.
Absolutely. You guys don't do that? Push back?
No.
You get pushed, you
no,
push back?
Definitely not.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, we avoid all conflict. Any constantly.
Oh, my God.
No matter what time of day, no matter how safe a neighborhood you avoid.
You don't go, what? No, come on. Really? Come on. That guy who walked it, the guy who followed you around for a block, what's he going to do? You have a dog. What's he going to do?
I know. I wasn't that worried he was going to, unless he just pulled a gun on me, but.
You think he's going to shoot you? You think he's going to shoot you?
Eric, these days people get shot for any stupid little thing around here. There's way too many guns.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with you. There are way too many guns. I do not think the man confronting you about poo bags is a threat.
Well, I didn't know he was going to confront me about poo bags when I first saw him.
How do we have less of Chris now?
Chris,
is your OBS just off?
What's happening? What's going on?
No, I restarted my OBS.
Why?
Look, let's not talk about because it wasn't working.
So,
you think OBS was the problem when the camera kept doing that?
I wonder how much out of pocket this guy pays in a month for these poo bags, right? Like I think about, he's talking about their HOA spending $60 a month on poo bags. So if you think it's like 30 days in a month, the HOA spends $2 a day on poo bags. If there are, I don't know how big it's 100. I'm going to pull a number out of my ass. If there's 100 apartments there, he's paying 2 cents out of pocket a day for poo bags. It's like, wait, is that right? Yeah, 2 cents a day for poo bags. And he's worried about the one bag that you took, which
the only thing I could see is if it became an issue that they were running out of poo bags or that the poo bucket was becoming too full and so people who lived there weren't able to like use their own poo bucket or bags.
Does Booger take
he takes
really
big
massive
poops.
dumps?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this guy was at the distance he was at, he couldn't tell.
He probably saw the size of your dog and assumed.
Okay.
He's like out there with binoculars watching to see how big the poop is.
Yeah. That's more than 6 ounces.
We're going in.
Fucked.
This guy's going down.
I'm gonna
comes over and he's like,
sir, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to back up, please, from the poop bag. Thank you.
Oh my God. I can't. So what? So now are you like afraid to like leave your house or what?
Well, no, because I was all for not using their poo bags anyway. I was against it anyway. I was like, it should only be used for emergencies.
Did you tell him that?
No, I said I left. I just wanted to leave.
you should go back there and see what happens.
I agree.
Now I kind of do. Now I kind of
want to. That's what I'm talking about. Let's amp them up. All right.
You should bring your own poop bags, but still use
fight.
their garbage can.
I think
you should take a huge dump right by the dog poo area.
I should start shitting in their thing and then picking it up. Yeah, that'd be.
I mean, you don't have to pick it up, but you can. You, like leave it in a bag and like leave it on the sidewalk, and somebody goes like, "What's wrong?"
Oh,
with
that'd
this
be
dog?
that would be even more messed up. You said not to use your poo bags or your bucket, so now I'm just like leaving shit.
I like the idea of someone walking by it, just going like, "This dog's fucked up. What happened?"
Does this have corn in it?
Dude, this dog must be like 150 pounds.
I might have told this story before, but in high school, one of our friends dared the other to take a shit in my friend's litter box, cat's litter box, and they did. And then my friend's mom later that day came and was like, what is that in the cat litter box? That did not come out of, I think
Fluffy
cat's. Yeah, I think it was actually. It didn't matter what the cat's name was.
Right, I agree. It did not matter what the cat's name was. 100% on the same page with you, Chris.
But anyway, and she was like arguing with them and like, oh, that did not come in the cat, and I just yeah. So I think that's a great idea.
I got you covered, Chris. I got an image of you up on my feed. That way, people don't have to feel like they're missing out on any Chris Demarais content.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
This episode of the Receipts Podcast is brought to you by Stamps.com. One thing I've learned over the years is that the internet is even more awesome than we thought. Groceries online, movies online, doctor visits online, and of course, going to the post office online with Stamps.com. Stamps.com allows businesses to do all of their mailing and shipping right from their computer. No need to leave their home or office or home office. With Stamps.com, you get the services of the post office and UPS right on your computer, plus big discounts on mailing and shipping rates. Stamps.com brings the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer, wherever you are, and they become a must-have for any business. Whether you're a small office sending out invoices or an online seller, shipping out orders, or even a giant warehouse sending thousands of packages a day, Stamps.com can handle it all with ease. Simply use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send. Once your mail is ready, just schedule a pickup or drop it off. It's that simple. With Stamps.com, you get discounts up to 40% off postal rates and up to 62% off UPS shipping rates. Not to mention, Stamps.com is a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters. It's a no-brainer, saving you time and money. No wonder nearly 1 million small businesses already use Stamps.com. Stop wasting time going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk, and with our promo code ROOSTER, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale, no long-term commitment or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in ROOSTER, that's Stamps.com, promo code ROOSTER. Stamps.com, never go to the post office again.
Don't know if I feel much better about this situation.
All right.
Hey, Barbara.
Hello, Eric.
I have a question for you that me and Gus have been disagreeing on because I'm right and he's wrong. So
here we go.
Shut up. Don't you trample on me.
Here we go.
No, you keep it to yourself. No.
Okay.
This will give Chris time to fix his camera too. So
I'm being quiet.
Oh yeah. Listen to how quiet Gus is.
Make sure you
being.
listen, Chris. Listen to crazy man Eric Maduro.
All right, Barbara.
All right.
Barbara, here's my question.
Lay it out.
You've made 2 lasagnas. There's 2 lasagnas. This is a question posed to me by my friend Jace, who we don't talk very often, but he hit me with this one, and I went, we gotta figure this one out. You got 2 lasagnas. Okay. They're in 2 different pans.
You lost me.
Oh boy,
Barbara.
You know, one lasagna, it's 2 lasagnas. There's 2 of them. They're in 2 different pans. Take them out of the pans. You stack them on top of each other. How many lasagnas are there?
So, okay, you have 2 lasagnas in 2 separate pans.
Correct.
You take one lasagna.
No, you take both of them out. Now there are no more lasagnas in pans.
Just lasagnas on plates.
They are lasagnas. They are lasagnas. There are 2 lasagnas. You put one on top of the other. Boom. Stack. How many lasagnas do you have?
You have 1 tall lasagna.
Incorrect.
Yes. Yes. It is 1 lasagna. You
Chris,
are right.
Chris, how many lasagnas?
It's 1 lasagna.
You guys are insane.
You know
guys
why?
Are absolute. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Why is your cameras?
Chris
what happened?
Chris has pictured himself into his own video. Chris,
what the fuck?
He's getting there. He's getting there.
Oh
don't worry. Give him patience.
There you go.
I don't understand how that's 1 lasagna.
It's 1 lasagna because all lasagna is just noodles and sauce and cheese stacked on top of each other.
let me pose it this way, Eric. Let me frame it in a different way.
If you're gonna bring up 2 cheeseburgers, it's a double cheeseburger. They have a term for it.
No, not. I'm doing just lasagna here. Not even gonna bring up another food. Let's say I'm like, hello, my name is Barbara. I am going to be hosting a dinner party where I would like to make a very big, tall lasagna for my guests. However, I only have these 2 small pans. So what I will do, I will put the ingredients for lasagna, split them into 2 pans.
Right.
And then when they're ready, make it into one big, tall lasagna.
And then, now let me counter that, Barbara, because you're so fucking wrong. It's infuriating.
No, you're right, Barbara. Don't let him bully you.
Now, when people look at that big, tall lasagna and they go, whoa, this is a huge lasagna. You go, yeah, it's 2 lasagnas and I stacked them on top of each other. That's 2 lasagnas.
This would be different if a lasagna was a set in stone size and dimension.
Right. I agree. If we were talking about something different, we would be talking about something different. Unfortunately, we are talking about lasagna. So I am right. There are 2 lasagnas, no matter how many times you stack them, that is 2 lasagnas. It's 2.
Hey, Eric, how many lasagnas is this?
That's what I'm saying. So this is what Gus posed to me. How many lasagnas is this?
That's like
I said it depends on how many pans it was cooked in.
No,
it doesn't matter.
No, because you can make cakes in multiple pans and then stack them together and then ice them.
I understand.
And they're still separate.
And you are making them with the icing a cohesive unit. You are not doing that with lasagna. You are
doing that with the sauce and the
stacking
cheese.
them.
But what if you put cheese on top?
Okay, I don't. What if you put granola on top, Chris? I don't fucking know. It's still 2 lasagnas.
No, but that's changing. If you're
it's not, because what you're talking about is icing cakes all the way around.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Another hypothetical.
Yes.
Let's say you wanted to make some pasta for dinner, but only had 2 small bowls. So you made some pasta in this bowl, some pasta in that bowl, put the same ingredients in both. And then you had a big serving tray that you poured all the pasta into. What would that be? 2 pastas?
The classic term you always say, 2 pastas.
Is 2 lasagnas a classic term?
Yeah, 2 lasagnas.
Dishes.
There are 2
dishes.
lasagnas. Yes.
All right. Would there be 2 dishes or would it be 1 dish?
Gus, what does that question mean?
I'm not sure. What are you talking about?
When you order a dish at a restaurant,
You said it
probably.
like such a gotcha, though, that I had to make sure that I wasn't got. Yeah, how many dishes then, idiot? I don't know. How many? What do you mean? 2? I don't know what you're asking. I'm right.
I get where you're coming from. I would agree with you, Eric, if a lasagna had an uniform dimension that everyone made a lasagna. Like it's kind of like a burger. It's like the patty and a bun. Like that is one burger. But one lasagna could be multiple layers. It could be different sizes, shapes, whatever it is. So I get where you're coming from.
Chat is very divided on this.
Half of them are right with me.
I don't know how to make a poll in chat. Can someone if there's anybody in chat who knows how to make a poll, make a poll. I want to find out what chat thinks.
Just only say
the correct answer.
Just say 1 lasagna or 2 lasagnas. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Is it 1 lasagna or 2 lasagnas?
It is 2 lasagnas. It is 2 because you are making them separately and then putting them together. They are separate lasagnas.
The only situation in which you are correct, Eric, is if you go to a restaurant and you order 2 lasagnas and then stack them on top of each other and then say you only had 1 lasagna and to take the first one off your tab. I would agree with you if you order 2 lasagnas at a restaurant and then try and cheat the system into only paying for 1. You are correct.
To Beppo and you just start stacking lasagnas and you go, I'm a classic Garfield. This is only 1 lasagna.
When you get your unlimited pasta pass, we got to do this there, Chris.
I think
chat is going crazy.
We probably are going to make a poll, I imagine. I think Peter. Wow.
Listen.
I've seen a lot ones and 2, 1, 1,
It's like
1,
binary, except for with 2.
It's just like binary, but it's not.
It's just like the color purple, except it's the color blue.
Right. Slight differences.
We broke chat. I'm sorry.
Good. They deserve to be broken because if you're not agreeing that it's 2 lasagnas, which it is,
it's lasagne. By the way, is the plural of lasagna.
No, it's not. See, you know anything about lasagnas. I'm a classic Garfield, baby. I know everything about lasagnas.
Vote. Okay. Vote is over. Vote is over. Stop voting. No more.
No,
chat.
keep voting. You guys can keep voting if you want to.
No.
How much longer
The
we got on
results
this
are
thing?
being
About
compiled.
half an hour or something like that. You guys can keep voting for like the next
Yeah.
30 minutes. That's fine. Just keep putting 1 and
Stop.
2 in there. Let's go nuts.
Did-
Some of you could put 3. I don't know.
Did
I'm
you
right.
see-
This is
did
great.
you
I feel
see
so good.
the-
I feel vindicated. Honestly, I feel vindicated.
Did,
Wait.
did you see the tick? I'm trying to move on.
No, you don't
What-
have
what-
to. No, we're still here.
I have it. Can
Go
I?
ahead,
Can I have it? I just want to throw this out there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this makes sense.
Oh, I'm
If you
excited.
had 2 couples
And then you stack them.
and yeah, but they still only have sex with each other.
Uh-huh.
Is that an orgy or is that 2 couples having
What?
sex on top of each other?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Gus, go ahead.
What?
I don't understand.
I'm legitimate.
If they
Usually I
don't-
could figure it out, but I can't on this one.
2 couples.
Mm-hmm.
They get on top of each other, but each couple. Imagine 2 couples do a missionary. but
Okay.
You just put 2
Got
on
it.
top of each other.
I'm with you. I got you. Yep.
So
locked and loaded.
a stack of 4 people.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but the 2 couples are only having sex with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Not each. Not the. They keep their couple divides.
Is
that
there
an
a
orgy?
sheet? Is there a sheet between the couples, or is bare ass touching bare ass?
I guess they're touching each other, but they're not.
That's
other
an
than,
orgy.
like,
That's
other-
definitely an orgy. Then
Okay, what if there is a sheet?
that's they're just stacked.
Okay. Good to know.
I don't know. Gus, what do you... Hang on. No. Barbara, what do you think that proved?
It proves
like-
I've never had an orgy. No, I'm just kidding.
I've only stacked couples.
I mean, it opens up a lot of questions, right? Like, what is an orgy? Is it like, does everyone need to have some type of sexual interaction with a person? Does there need to be penetration? Does there need to, like, what does it include? Does it include being in the same room as each other? Does it include just skin to skin contact? Because if there's no sheet and your ass is touching someone, then I guess that's an orgy. I don't know.
If there's no sheet
Yeah.
and your ass is touching someone, it's an orgy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you want to title the podcast that's fine. with me.
I'm sure that would
But-
be SEO wise, we'd crush it. So I say
Oh
go
yeah,
for it.
for sure.
You're getting destroyed in the lasagna vote, by the way.
Yeah, Gus, you have to consider the audience. Come on, man. These people
I am
aren't right.
considering them. 83% of them are right.
Yeah.
Wow, sound like a bunch of wrong voters to me.
Eric, I have important news.
Yeah.
Both my mother and father have texted me
Yeah.
to say it is 1 lasagna.
Oh, interesting. That's
And then my dad would like me to ask him if you have a lasagna and cut it in half. How many lasagnas would you have?
why would it be again, it's 1 lasagna and you cut it in half. You have 1 lasagna. You've made 1 lasagna.
So
there's
you
I
have
don't-
2. You have 2 lasagna then, because if it's cut in half, you have 2 lasagna at that point.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'm
Well,
out
I
of
don't
here.
know
I
about
left.
that.
I left.
I don't agree about the cutting a lasagna in half to have 2 lasagnas, but I do
think if
agree
you-
stacking 1 made lasagna with another made lasagna before anybody touches it. I think that's the part. No one has touched it. It's stacked right on top of each other right away. You got 1 big lasagna.
I think if you'd cut them in half and served them as separate lasagnas, you'd have 2.
The real question we have to ask is, what kind of spoon would you use to eat this lasagna?
Well, big spoon only, baby. You better.
That's a bingo.
You better use that.
That's a bingo.
You better use that big spoon. Look at like 18% of the people on my side, the right side, the people on the right side of history. Thank you so much for understanding because now they're putting caveats on it. I hope you guys are paying attention to this podcast. Rewind
There's
it to
no
the beginning of this
caveats.
conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. When Barbara's talking about right away and no one touching it and it's still hot and all this stuff. No. I'm telling you that you have 2 lasagnas and you stack them together. This you got 2 lasagnas. All of a sudden, there have to be like these caveats and things in order to still make it 1 lasagna.
No,
I'm right,
no,
baby. And thank you so
no.
much for joining me on my
She was also
podcast.
she added a different. She was like, if cutting it in half, that's a whole different question altogether. You
Right.
said you
And
cook
also
2
not the one I was talking
lasagnas.
about. Correct.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And if you put
Right.
2, if you make cut, if you
Right. I'm not arguing that one. Right. Right. I'm talking about stacking.
It's 1
them.
lasagna. It's 1 lasagna.
we got a lot more mileage out of this lasagna discussion than I thought. I'm happy that Barbara and Chris both agreed with me that
There-
It's so
I
crazy. I
definitely
get,
agree.
hey guys, I'm just going to say it. I understand Bernie now. I get it. I understand what it's like to be in a room full of insane people when you are the most rational person in the world, when you are like making a salient point and everyone is just saying like, no, that's insane. And you're like, it's
you think that guy's the most sane person in the world.
It's clear as day. 2 lasagnas and 2 pans. You stack them. It's 2 lasagnas. And it's embarrassing.
Should I text Bernie right
How
now
about you ask
to
a
see?
chef?
Oh, Chef Mike. Let's
Okay, ask him. I'm not going to do it.
Just any chef.
I'm right. Okay,
Chef
ask
Mike,
it. Okay, Chris, ask any chef. Go ahead.
I guess
go
he's
ahead.
the only chef I know.
Jesus.
Exactly. That's why I suggested him. That's why I'm like, oh, Chef Mike is a chef that we know
Guys, we
and
gotta ask
could
the chef.
directly
We can
talk
ask
to.
Chef Mike. No, any chef.
Any shit. Oh my god.
I can't believe how right I am. This is crazy. I'm going to start
so
thinking
wrong.
about airports different. I don't know.
This episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Felix Gray. I constantly have my face in a screen from morning to night. I'm sure that's not a surprise to you. And there's no cutting back. I've got my phone, my TV. I'm constantly in front of this monitor or this monitor over here, whether it's working or gaming. But with every screen comes another source that emits blue light. Well, what is blue light? It's a light that's emitted by digital screens at a certain point in the spectrum, about 455 nanometers. If you're like me and you endure excessive amounts of screen time to your favorite devices, you may have eye strain, headaches, or tired eyes. Blue light at night can even lower the production of melatonin, which is the hormone that regulates your sleep. The solution to this is Felix Gray. Felix Gray blue light filtering glasses filters out 90% of blue light in the most damaging range and eliminates 99% of glare through a proprietary industry-leading lens technology only available with Felix Gray. And it's not only that, Felix Gray glasses are stylish and have a ton of options for you to choose from. Our eyes were not meant to look at screens all day. It messes with our internal balance, affects our sleep, causes stress, headaches, blurry vision, eye fatigue. Ordering online is super easy. If you don't love your glasses in the first 30 days, their in-house customer service team will take care of exchanges and returns. No hassles, no questions asked. Finally, a pair of glasses designed for the 21st century. Go to felixgrayGlasses.com/rooster to shop glasses that work as hard as you do. That's FELIXGRAY glasses.com/rooster. Free shipping, free exchanges, 30-day money-back guarantee. felixgrayGlasses.com/rooster. Did you guys see the TikTok of the woman who put Gorilla Glue in her hair?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yep.
What did she do?
I guess she ran out of hairspray, so she got some kind of aerosol Gorilla Glue and put it in her hair. And when she made the TikTok, she said her hair hasn't moved in a month. And in the video, she demonstrates by like running her nails over her hair, and she tries to shampoo it just to show you that it doesn't move. It's like
Yeah.
a hair helmet.
Is it good?
I think no, it's bad, dude. Her hair hasn't moved in a month.
I'm sorry. Did you ask if it was good?
Is it good that she put Gorilla Glue in her hair and she can't wash it or move it for a month?
Sounds good to me. If I never had to touch my hair, if my hair was just always like...
But you couldn't wash it either. Like it's a helmet, dude.
I think Chris should do it.
It doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, I agree. Chris should do this.
But it's not like it looks like hair gel or something. It looks like her hair literally painted onto her scalp.
Oh.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
What did you think
Like
it looked like, Chris?
I just imagine she put it was like permanent hairspray, and it just like her hair was always done and put together.
I also don't know if you've ever felt hair before, but like usually you don't want it to feel like it's glued and like stiff.
But if
it looks great.
If you put some hairspray in your hair, it starts feeling like you put some. That's essentially just hair glue, right?
No.
It is.
I mean, it depends on how much you use. It could definitely help a hair keep a certain style. But if you think about putting glue in hair, like imagine this, hitting it on a desk and hearing, like that's not what hairspray does.
No, I know. But I'm just saying it's the same idea of people tattooing on makeup.
This is the guy who you guys agree with about the lasagnas, by the way. I'm simply putting that out there.
It's not like she had a bald head and then tattooed hair on. It's like her hair became the tattoo. Her actual hair.
Her hair
cut it off.
The tattoo.
I don't know how she would cut it off because it's literally like it looks like it's painted on her head.
Uh-huh. Chris
like,
thinks
there's
that's
nowhere
cool,
to get under.
I think Gorilla Glue even reached out to her to give her suggestions on how to make the glue weaker.
I'll try it, but I'll try it on a small part of my hair.
Okay, I love that. I say we do it. We
film it.
Yeah,
especially.
Especially. Again,
if my hair is long.
Lasagna. Uh-huh.
What do you mean,
Because-
especially if your hair is long?
Because then I have more hair to glue. Like
You just
I
said
don't
that you're
care
going to
about
do it on a
as much.
small part. You put like an identifier on it. You said you're going to put it on a small part of your hair, but now you're saying if it's long.
No, I'm saying I'll do it. I would do it tonight. I don't care.
Chris,
I don't have any.
please don't do it, Chris. Don't do it. This
Chris,
is such a bad idea.
Chris, don't
No,
listen
I
to
will-
them.
That hair is
you
gone
have a
after
point to
that,
prove,
by the
and you
way.
need to
Yeah.
prove it. I agree.
I will do it.
Uh-huh.
I have Gorilla Glue. I'm not going to do it over my whole hair. I'll
Right.
do it over a small section of my hair,
Don't
and
glue
I
it, don't.
and I can let y'all know how it goes.
That's good.
I
not
saw
gonna-
how it goes. I saw the TikTok. I'm the one who brought it up.
Yeah, but
She's in the
that's
hospital right
anecdotal.
now.
I need something more concrete. You know what I mean? I need something that
She's in the
it's really
hospital?
going to make
All
sure.
right.
Yes.
I'll say if give me advance warning, and I will do it next time.
Give you advance
I'm on
warning.
the
What do you-
podcast.
You just
Next time I'm on
Chris,
the podcast,
Chris,
I'll
just
glue
do
my
it, and
hair.
we'll bring you on the podcast.
Okay.
This isn't like rocket
Well, I'm
science.
just saying. Well, I didn't. If you want me to do it in the moment, I'll. Do
I
it.
want
I
you to
don't
do
want
it.
you to do it.
I want you to do it
don't-
whenever you want
I'm not
to
going to
do
do
it.
all my hair. I'm going to do a small section of my hair.
What section do you think is best to
What-
do it?
I don't even have to do my head hair.
I agree. Yes. This is getting even better. Guys, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast where it's nothing but good ideas tonight. This is great. Welcome,
And
This
then-
is
welcome.
This is the girl. Oh, you can't really.
No,
see
no,
this
here
on
comes.
full
There you go.
screen. So that's her. The entire top part. Obviously not the braid at the end, but it's all Gorilla Glued down.
Does she regret it?
Yes, dude, she's in the
Yes!
hospital.
Oh.
Does she regret it?
No, I think she's 50-50 on it. I think she thinks there's maybe it's like, I almost had it that time. Maybe next time. I see what I did wrong. I'm going to try to.
No, she loves it. She's like, this is the best decision I ever
She said,
made.
my
you know?
hair is done. Can't you see how it's done? It's great.
I don't know.
It's like a tattoo for your hair.
But it'll come out.
Will
It'll
it?
grow. Can it push
No.
itself out?
It's not, Chris. That's the problem. She's developing severe headaches because it's not coming out.
Oh.
That's why she's in the hospital now.
Chris, I
keep
still
telling
think-
you.
Chris, I still think there's room to I'm not saying do it, I'm not saying don't do it, but I am saying do it just in case.
I'm not going to do it over my whole head.
Exactly.
It won't be on my scalp. It'll
Exactly.
be
Don't
on
do
a
it
section of
anywhere.
my
Don't
hair.
put
Where?
Gorilla Glue
Yeah.
near your head.
What about the
ever.
back, Chris? Then you don't even really have to see it. It's like it's not even there.
Exactly.
Yeah. You just do a little bit in the back.
I will.
Good. This is good.
Well, I'm really excited to see bald Chris in a month or two.
Well, no,
won't
he's
be
not
bald.
bald. It's just the one part on the back of his head, So
yeah.
that
Yeah,
which
there
makes
you go.
sense. Hey, speaking of changing hairstyles, that's why I had this picture ready. For that podcast, Wrestling with the Week, that I'm producing with James and Scorpio Sky for AEW. That was an easy plug, wrestlingwiththeweek.com.
People
I
can go
have-
to any podcast service and look for Wrestling with the Week.
Wow. And if you stay tuned to the end of this podcast in the audio version, there's like a little tag where James says, hey, check it out. It's nice. I have made a commitment to grow out this scummy looking goatee, which is the reason that I have this awful looking goatee, because I'm going to dye it like Scott Steiner.
Oh no.
What?
Are you going to wear the chainmail?
Yeah, I've asked Marcus if we have the chainmail. I'm going to look like Big Papa Pump. This is a big bad booty daddy. I'm going to look like, can you guys believe that? Isn't that going to be so cool? Oh, wow. That's going to look great.
So you're gonna bleach
All that-
everything but this little guy.
Yes, I'm going to bleach the whole thing except for the middle. And I'm going to look exactly like Scott Steiner.
You
Isn't
know
that
what's
cool?
funny? Eric, you
Eric?
showed me this photo right before the podcast.
Yeah.
And you're like, do you think I should do this? And I went, sure.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was a shadow from the microphone.
No.
I didn't realize that it was
No.
dyed a different color.
That's
You'll-
Big Papa Pump. He's your hookup. Holler if you hear me. So I've
I'll be
committed to doing
impressed.
this.
I'll be impressed when you do it and Gorilla Glue it.
When you what? What?
Hang
One
on.
more
Wait,
time.
hang on. Everyone stop. Put the camera on Chris. We're going to give him a take 2
What?
on that one. Ready, Chris?
When
I'm going
you-
to count you
I
down.
said I'll
Ready?
be
Hang on.
impressed.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go for it.
I'll be impressed when you do it and you Gorilla Glue it.
Nailed it. You nailed it.
Okay,
Seth.
there
Way
you
to
go.
go, buddy. Hell yeah. So
What did I say before?
Go. I think it was
I
something like
couldn't-
that.
legitimately-
glue it.
Could not understand. I had no idea what you were trying to
You
say.
sounded exactly like Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. Way to go, man. Scott Steiner, a real hero. He's got peaks and freaks. He's got freaks 9 days out of the week. And that's what I'm going to do. So you can go to wrestlingwiththeweek.com, subscribe to the podcast, and check out my cool ass blonde goatee. I don't know what I'm going to do or how to do it. Does anyone know how to do it? Help.
I do.
Do you? Could we do it?
Yeah.
Can we do it for content? Would we film it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can we do it like next week?
As long as we both are COVID free.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, I can set. Listen,
tests.
I'll set up the tests. I'll go through the rigmarole. If we can make this happen, then we can. We'll dye.
You'll need more hair.
Be good. What's that?
You'll need more hair. Are you gonna grow this part out too, like he does have? I don't. Like he has.
Barbara, this is
that all you can?
Yeah, this is it.
That's it.
Yeah. This is
All right. Well, it's
you're
not,
asking me like I groomed any of it. Barbara,
I'll tell you now, Eric. It ain't gonna look.
What do you
very
mean?
good.
No.
Because like to get the effect he has with like the bleach part and then the dark part, he has like a consistent layer of hair.
Right. So
And
do
you-
I. Look.
Yeah.
You got to have the same pose as him, Eric. You got to do the same pose.
I could do. I'll do here. I'll show you my peaks and my freaks. I got freaks 9 days out of the week. Big Pop Pump, Scott Steiner. Holler if you hear
9
me. Hell yeah!
days
I'm
out of
excited.
the
We're gonna
week.
do, Barbara. We're gonna do this. This is great.
Like I've helped bleach hair before. Never
Wait,
bleached my
facial
hair.
hair.
But facial hair is different, isn't it?
Facial hair is different, so I'd have to look into it.
It
So
doesn't
you might
just
not
for
want
men
to
have a
see-
thing where you can like comb it in? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but I don't know if they have a bleach version of that. Probably. I imagine.
Chris, do you have a question?
I think you should bleach the surrounding part, but the center stripe you should dye black
Oh, like instead of
for
leaving
contrast. Yeah,
Right.
because right now
Leaving
you're
it-
Right. That's
you're-
what that is.
yeah. You need to dye the center stripe black.
And
Reverse
then
skunk.
gorilla glue it all.
Yeah.
Wait,
yes.
hang on. Is Chris telling me to do my idea?
Yes, I think.
Okay,
he
I'm just
absolutely
making
is.
sure.
I didn't
again,
know you were gonna. I thought you were just gonna bleach.
I keep
the other
showing
part.
this picture.
I don't know what his natural hair color is, Eric.
Look at his picture. Look at it, Chris.
All
Look at
there is his facial hair. I don't
Right.
know what his natural hair color is. I know that your natural hair color is like brownish. It's not dark like that picture.
Uh-huh.
So
It's very true.
Right.
You'll
no,
need to
I
make it darker.
agree. So I said I would bleach
Or
it.
what
and
we
then
could
dye it into
do-
black.
Hear me out.
Oh.
Bleach the whole thing and then dye the middle like blue or some shit. Or whatever favorite color you got.
I think black is my favorite color.
All right.
Chef,
Cool.
Chef
Good
Mike
luck with
says
that.
it's one lasagna.
Wow, that's really crazy that a chef is wrong. That's nuts. That's so crazy that a chef is wrong.
I mean, we could ask any other chef, any of them.
Any chef in the world. Let me call Chef
chef!
Gordon Ramsay. Hold on. Let me get him on the phone right now. Hello, Chef Ramsay.
No, that's Jeff Ramsey.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I can see how you got confused. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I misheard.
Damn, we're gonna film this. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have a cool ass goatee finally.
It's Eric. Have you ever had your hair bleached before?
Yeah, when I was like 11.
Okay, so you know it's not like a fun process.
Yeah, don't feel
right?
good, and it takes a long time.
Okay.
Why did you
Yeah.
get your hair bleached when you were 11? Can I just ask that real fast?
Yeah, because in the year 1999, the coolest thing you could have was bleach blonde hair and that
He's right.
shorties shirt that had the S on each sleeve. So it said Horty across the front, but then it said Shorty. You remember that? Is that
he's
just me?
right,
No.
Gus. He's
Yeah.
right.
You
So-
probably don't need my help, honestly. If you get like one of those little hair, it looks like a big paintbrush kind of thing. It's for dyeing your hair.
Right,
If
but
you just
how-
get
but
one of
then how
those
do-
and like a bleach kit.
Yeah, but I got to make it content, Barbara. This has to be content. We got to film this and put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to film this thing. Trevor has to be a social distanced away and filming this happening. He can zoom in. The iPhones have like 2 times zoom now. It's fucking great.
Yeah. How am I supposed to do this to you if you're not wearing a mask? I mean, if you won't be wearing a mask,
I'll just.
so I'll be.
What if
Just
I
hold
put
your
in?
breath.
What if I put in like a mouth guard?
What
Hang
if
on.
you had really
And
long?
2
What if you
nose
had a straw
plugs?
system? A straw system from your nose.
That's a great first idea. Now let's keep
Into your
iterating
mouth.
on that and see where we end up.
Okay, well, it could be a nose piece that was plugged into some straws. I think
Uh-huh.
that would work, like what you would wear on like the dentist whenever they give you happy gas. You know what I'm talking about?
I like
you
how
laugh.
regular this podcast is. This is a very normal.
It's totally normal.
This is a good
Nothing out of the
normal one.
ordinary.
Yeah. So that's good. Speaking of
I feel
iterating,
like this is every podcast.
speaking of iterating on first ideas, did you see that M. Night Shyamalan trailer for that
Old?
movie?
No.
For movie Old?
Yeah, I did.
It just seemed like he went, okay, I got an idea. What if there was a beach and everyone got old? And then they went,
Done.
okay, and then what? And then he went, no. we make it.
You don't understand. Little kids become big. Adults become old. That's what we'll call it. Old.
Wow.
people die?
I mean, I don't know. I saw the trailer, but I assume so.
Hmm.
It just looked like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and you go, yeah, that's the first idea somebody had in the room. Maybe work harder on a second idea.
I don't know.
yeah, maybe
that's just
take it past the first draft.
It's an interesting premise that all of a sudden on one place that a bunch of people age really quickly.
You gonna go see Old?
I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I'm open to it.
It's just like someone saw Interstellar and was like, wow, that one planet where time moves different. What if we make that a beach?
You know, that's exactly how it happened. That's incredible. Gus, you fucking nailed it. That's awesome. That's going to be a College Humor sketch in like a week. Man, you fucking got that thing, man. Way to go. Holy shit. Dude, that's great.
I have a,
Yes,
have
you
y'all
can.
had issue? Do y'all have issues with bugs becoming more regular in winter?
No.
Like
have it in-
they're pooping more regularly?
No, as in like they're coming out more. Like,
Are you talking about the
I've had
little
it-
roly-polies?
no, just like little bugs. I've had a bug issue recently.
What kind of bugs you got?
They're like little, they might be little roaches, little
Why don't
rakes.
you spray insect
I-
repellent around your house?
Yeah, it's not, I have,
It only makes
it's not
them
just
stronger.
me. I've been going through this like battle
They've adapted.
with them.
Uh-huh.
And it's not just me. I think it's like they're like in the maybe in the wall
Mhm.
because I was talking to my neighbor and she was like, "Have you had these bugs that won't go away?" I was like, "Yes," because I keep my place. I'm pretty clean.
Are they bed bugs?
No, they're not bed bugs. They're not bed bugs. No. These are like little bugs that come. They're in.
They come out at night when I'm asleep.
They do come at night. They come at night more because, and they.
Do you have any little red dots on your skin?
No, they're like little skittery bugs, not like in the mattress. I'm talking like little roaches, and they started becoming more prevalent, and I never leave food out,
Prevalent.
so I started it was getting like, I was like, man,
They're just trying to avoid the cold.
no,
That's what they're
that's what
trying
I
to
was
do.
thinking. They started coming in, but then they were overwhelming me, and so I started getting more aggressive. So I started getting more like little bug.
You got up in
traps.
their face. You're like, you can't take our bags.
Yeah. and then I got little roach traps, and that didn't help. Then I got some poison spray that I sprayed around, and then I got some little. That's why I accidentally ordered. I think. Oh, y'all! That was a meeting, not a podcast. But I accidentally ordered the giant bag of bug poison that was like 10 pounds because I didn't look
my
at the
God.
poundage, and I ordered it from Amazon. So I had like an industrial size of bug poison.
You should have traded it for poop bags. You should have brought it out to that guy and been like, "Do you have bugs? Here, I'll swap, dude."
Yeah. So the other day, well, I had this. So I had this industrial bag of bug poison because I just on Amazon I was like, oh yeah, bug poison, and it was just yeah. So, and I've been doing it, but then they started going. I feel like they got more. I put out the poison, and then they started going into like I haven't had coffee. I had to buy iced coffee for like a month now because I found some of the little bugs in my coffee maker, and so
I did
just
hear
had it-
about
You
your
have a
coffee
picture?
maker.
What
That's
the
right. I
fuck?
remember this.
Do you have a picture of these?
I'll take a picture.
In chat, Shoyle493 says you should spray them with Gorilla Glue.
I would.
No, don't do that.
So I bought because and I can't. I love my little coffee maker, and I can't
gonna say
take my
bugs.
mentally. I associate it with like bugs now, so I just have not made my own coffee in like a month.
Why don't you run it with hot soapy water through it once or twice?
I
That'll
have,
make you feel better.
Barbara, but it's
Still?
in my head. It's in my head.
Yeah,
Also,
Barbara.
there's still well, and then you know my water bottle that I drink out of, the glass water bottle that I'm always drinking out of.
Yes.
Okay, so one night I got home and they were like I was like I'm gonna do another thing of the poison spray, and I did it, and I would like I sat down and I'm like, on my phone, listen to podcasts or something, just kind of like going through mail, and I'm drinking my water, and I look and there's movement in the top corner of my eye. And there was a bug. There was one of them had gotten into my water bottle.
Where do you keep your water bottle?
I just keep it like by my bed or like by my desk or like it's just like
bed bugs.
Yeah.
No, it's not bed bugs. And then I was like, okay, I can't use that water bottle anymore. So then I started. I got rid of that water bottle. I put it in the dishwasher.
You should figure out where they're actually getting.
They're coming from. They're coming. I'm gonna seal up the edges of my apartment, because they're coming up from like underneath, like behind my counters, through the walls. So I'm gonna seal that up. That's my next plan. But the next thing they did, I got rid of my water bottle. One morning, so I was using this giant stein, like this big, is big glass stein. One morning, I wake up and I was like chugging water.
No.
And I felt movement.
Oh no!
And I spit out one. So then I went back to the water bottle because I was like, at least this has a smaller surface area. It's less likely that one.
Or just like only use clear things that you could actually see.
Well, they were both clear, but like, you don't always, you don't inspect. Well, now I do.
If I had bugs crawling all over my apartment, I would inspect everything.
So
now I'm inspecting.
West213 in chat has a great solution to your problem here, Chris. He says, all you have to do is stack all your bugs, so then it's just one bug.
Do you see how ridiculous that sounds?
But that's not a definition of a bug. A bug is 6 legs. There's a defined number of legs.
What are the other parts of the bug?
There's 3 parts.
Okay,
that's an ant. An insect has 6 legs. That is in the definition of an insect. Lasagna does not have a specified number of layers or legs or anything. It's just.
You're right. I do agree that lasagna does not have a specified number of legs. I'm with you on that. 100%.
You're right. Any animal of the class Insecta comprising small air-breathing arthropods having the body divided into 3 parts, the head, thorax, and abdomen, and having 3 pairs of legs, and usually 2 pairs of wings.
Yeah.
Look at you, Chris. You know what
that's really
about.
Bugs.
No.
Insects.
Sorry.
I remember.
How many, can you Google how many layers is lasagna?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yep.
How many layers?
I'm a genius. I'm smart as shit. Goddamn.
Okay. Although there's no traditional number, most lasagnas have between 3 to 4 layers. Feel free to add more to accommodate a large party.
The perfect answer.
So it says, however, the majority of chefs agree that every lasagna should have a minimum of 3 layers. So there's a minimum, but no maximum.
So like, I like that because that's like a t-shirt. That's like a t-shirt is like you can have 2 sleeves or more to accommodate however many arms you have. Have fun with it.
It's like a problem you do in high school calculus where the minimum is 3 and then the limit is infinity.
It's tough.
There's a little math joke there for you.
Sine cosine stuff. I got you.
I do really like the idea of showing up with a 2-layer lasagna.
People would just go, what's with these wet-ass noodles, man? You fucking spaghetti? What is this?
Got some wet-ass noodles.
That's what's up.
It's just sauce and
get a fork and a knife for these wet-ass
noodles. Send nudes.
That's great. I'm excited for this to turn into an RTAA where I'm right and everyone comments, wow, Eric was right the whole time. This is fantastic.
Totally wrong. Before we get any further, I keep meaning to bring this up, and I keep forgetting there's no good place to do this, but I remind everyone that we're doing streams every Friday this month that people should go check out. We're Rooster Teeth celebrating Black Heritage Month. We're raising money for the NAACP Legal Defense Fund and the Austin Area Urban League, organizations dedicated to fighting racial injustice. You can donate money if you wish at roosterteeth.com/donate, or you can pick up a shirt, hoodie, or a hat from the Black Excellence Collection. I think we'll have a link in chat. There's a link down below on the video. All profits from the Sky's the Limit t-shirt, Black Excellence pullover hoodie, or Black Excellence snapback cap go to the Austin Urban League. So we got a bunch, like I said, every Friday at 5 p.m. Central. Whole host of different people hosting them, sharing their opinions, experiences, playing games, covering gaming news. You should absolutely check it out and buy some merch. I think that merch is awesome.
Yeah,
I bought some.
it's a really cool event that I want to give a shout out to James Davis, who hasn't produced something like this before for us or anything. And
he's in
like,
chat right now.
Dude, he took the reins on this thing and like, it's been awesome. I'll say like for as many live streams as we produce and different things that we put together, this has been smooth. This has been well thought out. I think that this has been executed really well. Like all the credit in the world to James. Ben from our broadcast department is helping him with it, but like James has a vision and he's executing on it. And it's like, it's really cool to see someone step up in a role that they're not usually in to do something like this. I think it's awesome. I think it's very cool. So I want to give him like all the credit in the world for this.
Yeah,
Chris?
absolutely. I think James has been killing it.
Where'd your rat go?
It was a victim of the of all the dying cameras.
Gotta have that rat.
I had so the other day I decided to test something. We've been playing GTA 5 on PC. We've been playing GTA Online, I should say, on PC, making some videos in it. And I was texting Eric the other day, and Eric, you said you were going to be playing Red Dead Online.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking. I was when we were texting about that, I was sitting in my living room, and I think I was playing Dead by Daylight on the Xbox when you sent that, and I thought, I wonder if my GTA 5 disc. Well, what I thought was I want to reinstall GTA Online, and I want to try GTA Online. I haven't played it on my Series X. I want to see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm going to re-download it. So I looked through my library of games that I've purchased digitally, and GTA 5 is not there. I'm like, that's weird. Why isn't GTA 5 showing up in my library of games? So I'm like, I'm going to go find my binder of old Xbox 360 games. And I'm going to see if it's in there. I found the binder with my old Xbox 360 games. And that game is so fucking old, I didn't buy it digitally. I had a disc for it. So
Damn.
I found my GTA 5 Xbox 360 disc. And I was like, oh, the Series X is like backwards compatible, right? Like you can play like original Xbox games and 360 games. Like you play everything on it. It would not read my GTA 5 360 disc.
What?
Yeah, I was like, I know you can play GTA 5 on the Series X, but anytime I put the disc in, it was like, this is not a backwards compatible title. I was like, I own this fucking game. Like, I know this game's really old by now. I was like, on principle, I am not going to rebuy this game.
Yeah.
I'm already like, I own the game right here. I want to put it in and I want to play it. So I sat there and I got so mad. And so I looked and it's like, you can buy GTA 5, like the digital copy. You can buy it. It comes with like a shark card and a whole bunch of shit for like $20, right? It's like an old game now. So they want you to get in and play and like spend money on GTA Online. I was like, I'm not buying it. I'm not spending $20. I literally have the game right here. I'm already mad because I own the game on Xbox and I also own the game on PC. I've already bought the game twice.
Right.
I'm not buying it a third fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So the story ends with, I threw the disc away.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the right move. This is the thing that I feel about when people are like, oh, you have to buy it physically because what if they take it away digitally? Hey, dog, what if they take it away physically too? You're out of your mind if you think buying something physically is going to let you play it on these things that backwards compatible.
Forever.
Oh, just break out. Gus, someone is going to tweet at you and go, well, just break out your 360. That's what someone's going to say. That's what someone's going to say. And that's crazy.
I actually did not throw my disc away. I still have it so I can look at it and get angry.
Can you snap it? Can you snap it right now on stream? Can you snap it in the RT
don't
podcast?
Do
And that's what takes us out?
No. It might work at some point. In chat, Rick601 says it's because GTA 5 came out for the Xbox One. So I have to have the 360 version and the Xbox One version are different games. Okay, so I guess I had to have bought the Xbox One version for it to count. But I already bought it. I already played it. I already own it on my PC. I already own it in Steam. Why do I have to buy it? I'm not buying it again.
I'm with you. Hell yeah.
I'm not buying a 10-year-old game 3 times. I'm buying it for a 3rd time already.
That's right. Power to the players.
There should be a way to buy a game across all platforms for infinity.
Now you're thinking like a business. There we go.
Yeah,
you
start
should be
it up. You'll
like,
make millions.
I would pay more to buy a game and be able to play it on PC or Switch or like to just buy it forever. Or at least cross-platform. That should be a thing. It should be right.
Unfortunately, they want you to buy it again. That's the thing. But that's what annoyed me is at this point they just want you to get into online, so you buy shark cards or whatever the fuck to spend money. Like that's really the way they're making money now. So I'm annoyed. That's like, why don't you honor my 360 upgrade so I can get online?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but if they offer
no, hang on, no, like Chris, keep going. You're right.
if they offered it at the start, like if they're like, this game just came out, buy it now. I know you're only going to buy it. You're buying it to play it on PC, but you buy it now. You can also get it on all these other platforms just in case. A premium at the start. That would be that they would probably get a lot of people buying it that in advance, so they'd pay more money. I think they should do that.
Who is they?
Game manufacturers, like not manufacturers, the game publishers.
There you have it.
I'm just enjoying this conversation.
I'm having a great time.
It's high level business talk by Chris Damaris. He's teaching us master class. You can get why pay for an MBA when you can get all the lessons for free from Chris Damaris on this podcast.
I love it. I like when somebody has an idea and they go, they should do that. Who?
Them,
those
M. Night
people.
Shyamalan. If he did it, what a twist! You didn't expect it in the end. It was the 360 version all along.
Incredible. My God.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Wow, that's incredible, guys. Thank you so much for having me back on the podcast. Incredible time. Go to wrestlingwiththeweek.com. Check out a really fun podcast. I'm putting this. I couldn't get it in the first 5 minutes. I'm doing the last 5, guys. Wrestlingwiththeweek.com is where you can check out this new podcast with former AEW Tag Team Champion Scorpio Sky, as well as James Willems from Funhouse. Do you know that they do a podcast every week where they just chop it up? They talk about whatever they want. You don't like wrestling? That's fine. This podcast is still for you.
It was just fade to black, right?
No. Okay, we'll see you
we have
next week.
credits.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Fade to credits. Bye.